Hey people, I'm back again. Been off for a little Memorial Day stuff. A friend of mine had a big workout and lunch thing, which is pretty cool. I didn't work out because my back's too screwed up these days, but so just back into it. Wanted to do a quick video here. So we got my last videos. I talked about this bolt that gave me problems and stuff, and as you can see, it's fixed up again. And I lost a couple threads out of it, but everything worked out okay. So I actually want to address something. Like, I hope the guy that asked me about, commented about, have you ever put together a clean engine? Come on, man. Like, before you make dumb comments to people, like, watch other videos they made. Yeah, this engine isn't painted up real great. The bottom has some corrosion on that pan, but that thing sucked. It corroded immediately once I got it. But anyway, this guy's asking me if I ever put together a clean engine. I mean, does this look dirty? Yeah, I mean, it was run. I didn't have the heads blasted or baked or anything, but come on, man. Get a fucking grip. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's a dirty engine. Yeah. Look at all the crap in the intake runner. Like, people are idiots sometimes, man. I try to keep this pretty clean, my language on my videos lately and stuff, but I'm so sick of stupid people sometimes. Like, before you comment on YouTube and shit, like, watch some other videos and get an idea of what the people do. I mean, oh yeah, it's so dirty. Come on. Get a grip. So, after my rant, I wanted to make a video on doing a matching of this Phalonic spacer into the port. Actually, I did that little rant there to get it off my chest, but I also, oh my God, that's dirty. Oh, what am I gonna do? I was actually letting that big light warm up there a little bit to get some more light down in here. Let me get my little ghetto headlight to if I add a little light. Oh man, I must have left this on or something. So, ooh, that's dead. I don't have that light anymore. Anyway, so I've noticed lately, even on like some of the semi-professional, let's say, internet shows, like the hot rod stuff from the dudes that used to do hot rod and all that shit, like testing different spacers and stuff like that. Why don't they have their shit like seamless? Like, I get it, if you're testing a bunch, you might not have a seamless thing, like the transition between the spacer and the manifold. But I mean, how are you supposed to test different thing back to back if your transition isn't good? Like, this setup here, I always run a Phalonic spacer on any manifold I run, because even though this is, I think is this only ½ inch maybe? I don't know. These things, if you get a high quality phenolic spacer, I think that's how you say it, they keep the carb so much cooler. Like, no joke. Like, I would never run anything performance without one. It keeps the carb cool to the touch when you can't touch the manifold. Literally, it makes that much of a difference. At least on this engine it does. So, in order to do this air gap deal, I ended up getting a two oval phenolic, cutting the center out and trying to match it to the obviously it's gonna have a bigger gap, but I didn't want to have a wide open one like I do on my other big Indy single plane, because it leaves that giant piece right there would be totally exposed. Now, how is that manifold supposed to breathe correctly with that? So you take one of these, you cut the center out of it and match it. I mean, I didn't do a perfect job. I actually thought about, cutting that out of there when I was doing all my stuff, but I mean, that tiny little thing isn't gonna really matter, right? But for the side stuff, like, it took me like 15 minutes to take a double cut burr, because they cut a little bit smoother and slower, and just put this thing together, tighten the nuts down onto the hair so it didn't move, and then just ride around the inside and make sure it all matched. So now, I mean, you have like a seamless blend here. And I've seen quite a few lately, enough that I've noticed people running spacers on things where the spacer hangs over or the manifold shows quite a bit. Why? Why are you doing that? Like, it's definitely going to cause some type of flow disturbance, you know? Yet again, I mean, look how dirty that is. Wow. Such a filthy engine. Anyway, it doesn't take long to do that. And I definitely recommend, if you're going to do a match like this, you know, rounding and around, use a double cut burr, because they leave a smoother finish, and they're a lot more forgiving to, like, if you were to make a mistake or ride a little bit too long. Yeah, I mean, I don't use if you want to do a burr finish, like as on the bottom of as far as I could reach in, 6-inch on the floors of these and in the lower walls, the burr finish should be done with a single cut aluminum designed carbide, because it leaves a rougher finish that you want. But obviously there's no need for a burr finish in the exhaust port. Oh my God, it's filthy. What do we do? Yeah, I figured I'd throw out this little bit longer video of me ranting. I haven't done like ranting in a while. If anybody has a comment on the best way to torque your crank bolt while the engine's on a stand, I mean, I've accomplished it for years, but it's always a pain in the ass. And today I think I'm gonna try to figure out the best way to do it. I'm assuming I'll have to throw the flex plate on there, because that's always a pain in the butt, especially if you're by yourself. You have to wedge something somewhere and not break anything. Anyway, I'll try to figure that out today. But first I gotta get this rocker arm set on this side again, and probably lash back up. So that'll be my project for today, because I got some time to do some other work other than house early summertime projects. I got to get this done so I can get it down to Syracuse, New York, to get it broken in on a run stand, so then I can put my inner springs back in, not in the car, because I don't think I have the technology to accomplish that with the headers on and all that. And I don't want to lean over the fender for all that time, because that'd be just horrific. So we're going to try to do it and then just plop this thing in the car ready to go. It's definitely a good idea to take those inner springs out with the flat tablet cam stuff now, because it's yeah, I don't know, it's iffy. I haven't had a problem yet, but I'm sure hoping I never do. All right, happy belated Memorial Day.